Occasionally I come across some stories where nothing important happens. And I've just chosen this example here of a story that I read from one of my students. And I'm not trying to mock it. I'm not trying to criticize it. I'm just saying not much happens. Back when I was doing my PhD, I remember a professor talked about a certain kind of history writing that used to occur long ago, decades ago. And that history writing was, in his words, one damn thing after another. So what that means is it was just this happened and that happened and then that happened and then that happened and that happened and that happened and so on and on. No key moments, no important moments. And this piece I'm sharing on the screen here is essentially representative of that. It needs editing, it needs work, but that's not really what I'm interested in here. It's just to point out that when you're writing your scenes for your memoir, just make sure that each scene has a key point, that it's expanded, it's drawn out, it's detailed, preferably has some sort of poignant moment in it or high point. But if you're finding you have a section of your book, of your manuscript where it's just one damn thing after another, then that's probably a point where you need to revise. So I'm not going to read through this whole story, but let me just quickly jump and look at the actions that happen. So it's a woman with a man. They go get a coffee. They go outside. It's cold. She zipped up her jacket. They walk along a path. There was some snow. There was an abandoned soccer field that they cut through. Then they talked about things, as they walked through a parking lot. And again, this is all summarized. There's no actual dialogue here, but it wasn't really important chatter. It was about birthdays. It was about choice of coffee, lack of parking spaces. There was a Starbucks line that wrapped around the tables. And then she says, watching people amazed me. So they're just watching people. They see different styles, colors, and hair. Then she writes, I found that the physical gap between me and Jordan could never diminish with how close I stood to him, and so on. But again, one damn thing after another. There's nothing specific. There's no focus. Each sentence matters as much as the next. We don't know what's more important than something else. But when you're writing your scenes, you need to have a key point. You need to have a moment when something incredible happens or something poignant happens, something sad happens, and it all builds or serves that. But here we just have action, 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 so on, and nothing really stands out. So if you've got any of that kind of material, you either have to decide just to remove it, or you need to pick out parts of this and say, okay, I'm going to focus on this chat I had with Jordan and blow it up into something big that has an actual, real, developed story to it.